These little vintage houses were so much fun to paint. They do have a lot of pieces. I did go ahead and put the paint names in this video so that you could see. I had to speed it up quite a lot. There are a lot of pieces, but I did take each of the pieces and separate them out so that I could change up the paint colors for each. And I think you're going to love the way that I did this. So I used that blue and then a gray and a white, and of course black for the accent pieces on these. And then I moved on and I did all of the black pieces, just like the little trim pieces on the houses and all that good stuff. And then my favorite, this turquoise. I absolutely love this turquoise color. I think it turned out so pretty, and it makes the whole project. It's absolute perfection, excuse me. So then we're just going to paint some brown on all of these little wood trim pieces. So there's a lot of little details on these cutouts. They've got a lot of scoring on them, look like real wood. Then I decided, you know what, let me go ahead and dry brush some of these. So I took that turquoise and I dry brushed it over the black. And the paint job on these is phenomenal. I love how it turned out. Then I thought, ooh, that brown over the turquoise would be perfect too. So I just took my same little makeup sponge and added some more, just a tiny bit more brown to it, and went over the turquoise to give it kind of a dirty effect, and it looks amazing. Then a little bit more turquoise over the brown. Again, just a dry brush. Nothing to it. I did not add any water or anything, and I barely got any paint. I just took the paint and then I kind of pushed it off of there. Again, same thing. I used black over the gray and just made sure that I didn't have a whole lot of paint on my brush as I was brushing it on there, so that it kind of made a messy effect. Then moving on to the blue, I took that gray paint, the oatmeal, and painted it right over the blue, and that effect turned out really awesome also. And then of course over the white as well. I did not want that to be a super bright white. So just keeping with that vintage theme, I think that turned out pretty good. So then to put these together, I actually separated them out and I figured out which pieces went with each and put them together, and then started gluing like I always like to do, just to make sure that I had all the pieces in the right place. So you can just see here, I'm just gluing starting from the base layer and going up from there. There are scoring marks on all of these pieces so you can see where they each go. It is a little bit like a puzzle, but once you figure out where each piece goes, super easy to put it together. And I think all the details on this are really cool. Those little buttons, they look like little screws, different little wood pieces with kind of a wood scoring effect on them. They look absolutely amazing. Again, same thing for the second one. I took all of the pieces and made sure that they were on the right houses first before I actually started gluing them down. That way I could just run through the gluing process and it would be real easy and there would be no question. It did take me a minute to figure out exactly where all the pieces went. I was a little bit mixed up after they were all painted, but didn't take me much time to put those all in the right places. A bit of a jigsaw puzzle, but a pretty good challenge and definitely worth it in the end. I think you guys are going to love this project. Again, those little screw embellishments that come on this make it. So here's the last one. Again, put it all together at the beginning. That will save you tons and tons of time. As soon as you get them painted, figure out what pieces go on where, and then you won't have any question, because it was pretty comical trying to watch me figure out how to put these things together at first. So I do use this Eileen's Tacky Glue, and it holds really well, but it's not an immediate stick. So do be careful whenever you're messing with these. Let them dry entirely before you try and start touching them or moving them around, because you can slide the pieces around and then your pieces are going to be off a little bit. So I wanted to be real careful as I was putting these in the stand. Just because I had just gotten done gluing them. And the first one or two was fine. That third one was definitely questionable. I was scared I was going to mess it up, but they ended up turning out just perfect. Look at this. Look how cute.